A dramatic shift. Taking a look right now at our current temperatures, another day of cloudy, rainy, abnormally cool conditions. Makes it hard to believe that just last week we were experiencing a string of 100-degree days, and that got us thinking. Hey Rachel, we know big temperature swings, they happen all the time, but from the hundreds to the 60s, the 70s, and the summer, has that happened before?
I was curious, 'cause spring and fall, you get those 30-degree temperature swings. But in the summer months, to go from the 100s down into the 60s, I was curious and I went through a lot of data. Have a lot of notes here, so I had a lot of fun. It's been a couple hours, so I'm going to try to make as much sense of this as I can. But moral of the story, going all the way back, and I did year by year, all the way back to 1945, and we beat out every single year since 1945 with the biggest temperature swing. And I'm going to throw some conditions on this. This is for Charlotte for the months of June, July, and August. Wanted it to be similar to what we experienced in the summer months. And this is also for a 10-day period. Didn't want it to be like a 15-day period or anything. I wanted it to be a little bit closer. And we had the highest temperature range at 33 degrees, from 102 degrees to 69 degrees, when you go all the way back to 1945. Then I was like, okay, well, let me look at some of the records here and see if there may be any other year. And certainly enough, we tied with 1891 for a 33-degree temperature range, and we were beat out by June of 1913. There was actually a 35-degree temperature range. So I didn't go through all the years all the way back into the 1800s. We don't have all of that data, but we did have all of that data through 1945, and every single year I looked at the ranges for a 10-day period, and lo and behold,
crazy numbers. It really has been a wild ride. We've had some viewers, talking about this obviously as well. They remember seeing some previous August, right, where we've experienced this kind of thing. What'd you find?
Yeah, and it did look like, at least, so I looked in the past 5 years, just transitioning from July to August. Did we get a substantial temperature drop? And we did. There was one exception, at least within the past 5 years. So 2020 was the exception to the rule, where there really wasn't much of a difference as we were transitioning from July to August. But it seems like we got a cold front or some rain or tropical system or something that brought our temperatures from the 90s and down into the 70s on a year-by-year basis. Give or take a few degrees. One of the years it was from the 90s to the 80s. But yeah, it does look like as we end out July and heading into August, over the past 4 years at least, it's been a common theme.
Mother Nature realizing, hey, y'all need a break down there.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's just give you a couple of days, right, of respite, because the heat's coming back, isn't it?
100%.
Yeah, absolutely. It is still August after all. We're going to have the full forecast here in a minute. Rachel, appreciate you as always.